Okay, this is Edna Mae O'Connor when she was about 7 months old. It's one of her first pictures. Another picture of Edna Mae on her first Christmas in 1928. This is another picture of Edna Mae sitting in her high chair. I don't know what, 9, 10 months maybe.
About 10 months old.
Yeah, about. There's another picture of her when she was same high chair, same day. This is Edna Mae in the very front with her little pants hanging down. Mother said that I used to never, my pants always drooped and my socks always went down on my shoes. And this was my first birthday in 1929. This is Edna Mae with her baby buggy. I don't know how old I was. And her baby buggy, again, after she took her coat off. Mother made all my dresses for me. I don't have too many pictures of Daddy, so you'll see a lot of my pictures. That's Edna Mae and Uncle Charles. They said I had a golf club in my hand then. Talk about it.
Okay, this is me, Fred Faircloth, in 1939. School picture.
All right, that's Edna Mae, Uncle Charles, and Mary Ellen Donald, and little George in his little uniform. That was about 1942.
Go ahead.
Uncle George in his little uniform in 1942. That's Edna Mae and my Uncle George in my grandmother's yard in Culver City, across the street from the MGM studio. That's where my grandmother lived.
Okay.
Guess who? That was a long time ago. Look how my hair's cut.
Yeah, this is Fred and Edna Mae aboard the USS Bremerton when it was in dry docks in Bremerton, Washington.
Bremerton?
Well, this is Fred in the center in about 1945 aboard the USS Duluth. Another picture of Fred and one of his buddies. This was taken when we were on leave in Honolulu in 1945. This picture of Fred on the right and my buddy Harper. This was taken aboard the USS Duluth. Another picture of Fred aboard ship taken in 1945. Not sure if I was coming up the ladder or going down it.
Look at that.
Picture of Edna Mae when she was about sweet 16. Another picture of Fred taken in 1945 aboard the USS Bremerton underneath a 5-inch gun. This is a picture of the Three Stooges. The middle one's Edna Mae.
Don't remember.
The one on the right is I Don't Know Who, and the one on the left is I Don't Know Who number 2.
I don't remember. About 18 there. I was
about 18 years old. This is a picture of Charles not Atlas. That's Edna Mae.
I was throwing a rock or something.
I think she's throwing something at somebody.
Don't remember. Too many years.
Picture of Fred and Edna Mae taken in about 1947
L.A.
in L.A. on Francisco Street.
Here's it.
Another picture of Fred and Edna Mae taken in 1947 somewhere in L.A.
San Francisco Street stuff.
On Francisco Street. This is Fred and Edna Mae taken in
1948.
1947, October the 12th.
This
picture of Fred and Edna Mae taken in November of 1947. I was working at a meat market in LA, and Edna May was working at BSA, Boy Scouts of America. This is a shot of Bremerton, Washington, where I met Edna May in 1946. This is a picture of MacArthur Park in Los Angeles on Wilshire Boulevard, where Eddie and I used to go quite often when we were courting. In fact, that's where I proposed to her. This is a picture of my mother holding little Michael Faircloth.
He was 3 weeks old.
This was taken in Bainbridge, Georgia in 1948.
He was 3 weeks old.
He was 3 weeks old. Another picture of Michael Faircloth taken in Grass Valley in 1948. He was about 8 weeks old. Picture in Grass Valley of Fred Faircloth standing.
Oh, that's with his daddy.
Obviously.
Oh.
Edna May and little Michael. This was taken in 1948. Another picture of Michael taken in Los Angeles in 1948. Late in 48, must have been, maybe it was 49.
49.
49, because he was a few months old at that point. This is another picture of Michael taken on that same day. Going back in time, this was taken in Bainbridge, Georgia. We were getting ready to leave Bainbridge and head for Los Angeles. And that's Edna May on my left, my mother on my right.
Here's another one.
This was taken on the same day in Bainbridge, Georgia, and standing in front of my mother's house. This is another picture taken on Jeffries Street in Los Angeles. Fred, Edna May, and little baby Michael. This was early 1949. Another picture of Michael taken in 1949. This was taken on the same day of Michael.
Wait, whoops.
Another picture of Michael with visiting a good friend. Looks like somebody's a little scared. Picture of Michael taken on Hub Street in Los Angeles with one of the little dogs we had at that time. This is a picture of Michael taken at the park on North Figueroa Street in Highland Park. Another picture of Mike on his little rocking horse.
It's about 2 years old.
It's about 2 years old.
And then here's another picture of him this time.
Picture of him and his doggy. Another picture of Mike about 2 years old. Going back in time, we just found another picture of Mike.
8 weeks.
8 weeks old. This is a picture of Mike when he was in a baton twirling outfit in Los Angeles. Starting from left to right, that's Joe, his cousin, Judy, his cousin, and Michael. Picture of Michael when he was about 3 years old in Los Angeles. And then along come Garnet. This
Anywhere
was
from
taken when she was about
3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks old in 1953.
All right. She was 3 weeks there.
This is another picture where Garnet is only 3 weeks old. Where's this taken? Your
It's in
mom's house?
Highland Park. I don't remember what street.
This was taken at Eddie's mother's house in Highland Park on York Boulevard. This is a picture of Eddie's mother holding Garnet Marie when she was about 3 weeks old.
She was 3.
Or she was 3 weeks old. And Michael sitting on the arm of the chair.
She's 4.
This one is of Garnet when she was about 4 months old. This is another one of Garnet about 4 months old sitting in her swing. This is one of Hap O'Connor, Eddie's father, holding Garnet Marie and Michael. Garnet was about 4 months old there,
5.
and Michael was 5 years old. This is a fugitive from the cops, or Fred Faircloth rather, holding daughter Garnet Marie. This is not a very clear picture, but this is one of Garnet Marie sitting down and Mike playing in the sprinklers out in the yard. This one was taken the same day. Another visit to Grandma's house.
Same 3 weeks old.
This was, she was 3 weeks old and Michael was 5. This was taken at Eddie's mother's house. Another hot day, time to cool off. Garnet Marie and the sprinklers. This is a picture of my mom and dad when they come out to visit us in L.A. And Fred and little Michael. He was about 4 years old. This is a picture of Michael taken in 1953 or 54. Picture of Garnet when she had just started to walk. Picture of Mike after he had landed off the slide. This is Fred and Mike taken in 1953.
Big picture.
Garnet Marie when she was about 7 months old, just starting to sit. Picture of Garnet Marie and Mike. This was taken out in the desert.
Park again, Garnet Marie.
Picture of Garnet Marie at the park in Highland Park. Picture of Mike. This was taken in Highland Park in 1952.
No, that was 54.
Or 54.
Just before we bought our...
Picture of Garnet.
Here's a picture of Garnet and Mike.
Picture of Garnet and Mike.
Can't you get the whole thing? There. Here's another cute picture. I love this picture. See if you cut off this part.
Alright, I'm taking that.
If you get
Whoa.
closer. There, that's...
There we go. Picture of Mike in a raincoat.
That's old 50. Isn't that the old Nash?
I think it was, yeah.
Good. Joe, Gary,
Okay,
Judy,
that's
and Mike.
Joe on the left, Gary in the back, Judy on the right, and Mike in front.
Can you get it closer, maybe? Sure. There you go. They look nicer.
This was at a parade in Highland Park.
Warming up for a parade.
Warming up for the parade. Picture of Garnet Marie.
Can you raise it up a hair so you don't get there?
Taken at the park. This is Edna Mae and Mike, taken about the same year.
Around that era.
This picture of Mike in his baton twirling outfit. Picture of Mike standing in front of our 1951 Nash. Another picture of Mike in his baton twirling outfit. That's a picture of me and Garnet Marie taken out in the desert in about 1954.
Whenever we bought the big Nash, we had the big Nash.
Picture of Garnet Marie as a baby and Charles, Eddie's brother.
You know it's her.
Picture of Garnet Marie coming down the slide. Picture of Mike and Garnet Marie.
She was about 6 months.
She was about 6 months old, so that would have been taken in probably real early 54. Picture of Garnet Marie at about the age of 6 months. Okay, this is Garnet and Mike at their second visit to Santa Claus.
Her first second visit.
Her second visit.
Say that, you can see how old she is.
This is Garnet on her first pony ride. Michael on a pony ride. This picture of Michael holding up a yucca plant in the desert. This was taken in 1956 at the Mayflower Market in Glendora, California. Picture of Eddie's mother standing alongside of our 51 Nash. Picture of Mike when he was in the first grade or kindergarten, I'm not sure which. So this would have been 1955 or 56. This was a picture of our house in Glendora when we first bought it, before the yard work had been put in.
March.
And this was in March of 55. It's a picture of Garnet Marie taken
First or second grade.
when she was in the first or second grade. I'm not sure what.
First or second grade.
First or second grade.
It's not clear. There, focus there.
This is a picture starting from right to left. Is Garnet, Jeannie,
We don't know who the three are.
and three somebody else's.
Mike at the
Picture
beach.
of Garnet and Mike at the beach. This was in the 50s.
Tell the pictures from now on are just going to be all
We're not going to necessarily keep them in order from here on. We're just going to take them. Garnet and Harriet O'Connor. That was on
and Harriet's wedding.
Harriet's wedding day.
I don't know. It's
Michael and Harriet on her wedding day.
There's Jimmy Draper.
Jimmy Draper on the left, Charles O'Connor in the middle, Fred Faircloth on the right.
Joe's the maid of honor.
This is Harriet at her wedding, and her father, Michael,
and Betty Joe.
Betty Joe, and somebody else.
We don't know who.
Michael and Garnet Marie at Pudding Stone Dam in Glendora, or San Dimas. Okay, 1959, that's Michael and Garnet Marie at Laguna State Park. This is Michael alongside of our house in Glendora. This was at a Christmas time in Glendora. On the left is Fay Gall, Garnet Marie, Santa Claus, Ronnie Gall.
The boy with the glasses is Kenny.
The boy with the glasses was Kenny.
I think the other one's little Dennis.
And little Dennis, I believe, Eddie's nephew. This is Michael in World War I. In his Boy Scout uniform.
Cub Scout.
Cub Scout uniform. Well, it's a Boy Scout.
Let me back up and see if you can see the whole unit. See, okay, shut it up.
Another picture of Mike in his uniform, Cub Scout uniform. He was 9 years old.
Can you get top of his head? There, you have a thing about cutting off people's heads.
And his hair wasn't too long in those days. This is me in front of our house in Glendora in 1956.